Let's cut through the noise for a second. Everywhere you look, online, in videos, whatever, someone's shouting at you to get ripped, wear some expensive cologne, or memorize a bunch of pickup lines to get women to notice you. But if you're really honest with yourself, deep down, you already know that attraction goes way beyond all that surface stuff. The truth is, the guys women obsess over, they're not always the richest. They're not always the best looking. What they have is something quieter, something deeper. It's this calm, almost unshakable presence, like they don't have to chase approval, they just are. And that pulls her in without them even trying. That quality is called certainty. It's not loud. It's not needy. And once you really get how it works, like once it clicks for you, everything starts to change. Women are deeply emotional and intuitive. They feel things long before they can even explain them. And what they're most drawn to, especially when they see a man as high value, is this steady, grounded energy. Certainty. That's what makes a woman feel safe to be fully herself. It tells her, you're not going to flinch when things get uncomfortable. She doesn't have to guess what you're about. You're not going to twist yourself trying to impress her. And the thing is, that kind of energy, it's rare. Which is exactly why it's so magnetic. Certainty is what creates emotional safety. And that safety, that's what unlocks deeper attraction in a woman. Now listen, this isn't about being cold or emotionless. It's about being emotionally stable. When you're really anchored in who you are, she feels it. She doesn't have to lead. She doesn't have to play games. She can just exhale. She can relax into her feminine energy. Because your masculine energy is already doing what it's supposed to do, holding space without trying to control her. But here's the twist. You can't fake certainty. A lot of men try, man. They act like the alpha, speak louder, walk taller, or use all these little manipulative tricks to look confident. But women, they're wired to sense when something's off. If your body says confident, but your energy says approval-seeking, she'll feel that instantly. And when she does, her attraction, it starts to fade. See, real certainty, it comes from the inner work. From knowing yourself, from making peace with your flaws, and still showing up anyway. That's why authenticity is the backbone of high-value energy. You don't need to impress her, man. You just need to be real with her. Women, they're tired, honestly, of men who wear masks. They want to feel something genuine, a man who's unapologetically himself, who says what he means what he says, and doesn't back down from who he is. That kind of raw honesty, it's rare. And because it's rare, it's powerfully attractive. And it's not just about being emotionally authentic. Certainty also shows up in how you treat yourself. Like, do you set standards for your life? Do you actually live by principles? Do you stand by your values even when no one's watching? Those are the things that give your presence depth. When you live in alignment, man, you stop chasing approval, especially not from women. You become the guy who leads his own life first, and then, maybe, invite someone else into it. In The Secret Seduction, I talk about how certainty shapes desire. One of the lines I share is, "A man who knows who he is doesn't chase, he invites." And women feel that shift. Instead of being the guy who's constantly trying to prove himself, you become the guy she leans into. You flirt without attachment. You express interest without fear. And you can walk away without resentment. That's power. And, that's what women trust. Trust is key here. Women, they naturally test men, not because they're trying to be manipulative, but because they want to see if your confidence is real. If you start to crumble under pressure, if you're constantly seeking validation, or you shift your opinions just to keep her interested, yeah, she's going to lose interest fast. Women are biologically drawn to men who stay centered under pressure, and if you pass her emotional tests, she feels safe. And when she feels safe, attraction deepens. A big part of certainty is emotional intelligence. Like, can you actually navigate your own emotions without letting them take over? Can you stay present when she's emotional without trying to fix it or escape it? A high-value man, he doesn't fear feelings. He understands them. He knows how to hold space, not just for her, but for himself too. And man, that kind of maturity, it creates a deep sense of respect and admiration in the feminine. Don't get it twisted. Your appearance still matters. Certainty isn't some excuse to start neglecting your body, your hygiene, or your personal style. Women, yeah, they're visual too. Your grooming, your fashion, even your posture, they're all reflections of how much you value yourself. So yeah, go get that fresh haircut, upgrade your wardrobe, build that physique. But just remember, all of that only works when it's backed by real inner confidence. You can look the part, but man, you've got to be the part. The real test of certainty, it shows up when rejection hits. A man who's still chasing female approval, he's going to feel crushed, maybe even bitter, when things don't go his way. But a man with deep-rooted confidence, he doesn't fold. He learns. He grows. He adjusts. But he doesn't break. And women, they notice that. They respect that. They respect a man who can take a no with dignity instead of spiraling into self-doubt. Here's the thing, man. Discipline is what builds that deep kind of self-trust. Every time you actually do what you said you would, whether it's showing up at the gym, getting up early, or sticking to your goals, you build a little more certainty inside. But every time you flake, every time you break a promise to yourself, it chips away at that foundation, little by little. So if you're wondering how to feel more solid, how to radiate that calm, grounded energy women feel drawn to, start with the small things, master those, and the big shifts come naturally. And the man who walks with certainty, he's not out here begging for connection, but he's open to it. He's not cold, but he doesn't lose himself just to be liked. He speaks with clarity, moves with intention, And here's the powerful part. He's willing to be misunderstood because he knows exactly what he stands for. And that kind of man, he doesn't chase women. They feel him and they come to him. So, if you really want to know the number one trait women love in high-value men, forget the tactics and start focusing on your energy. Build that certainty from the inside out. Get brutally honest about your insecurities. Strengthen your discipline. Step fully into your mission. And most of all, show up in life like you belong. Because when you believe that, she will too. And that's the real game, the high-value game. Not about being perfect, but being powerful in your presence. The man who knows his worth doesn't need to shout it. He just lives it. And when he does, women feel it. They respect it. And yeah, they want to be around it because certainty isn't just attractive, it's irresistible. So by this point, if you're a guy who's been lacking real knowledge about women, or maybe you're just starting to realize how much more there is to learn, then this is for you. And if you're serious about unlocking your full potential in dating and truly understanding female psychology and seduction, then bro, you need to check out my ebook, The Secret Seduction. The link is right there in the description. Don't wait. Don't second guess. Take the opportunity now before it's too late.